Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I love it when people say nobody uses XRP. Nobody's using the XRP ledger. This comes from Spend a Bits, new rollouts, XRP ledger interoperability, cross-border capabilities, Canadian banking access, Bitcoin mortgage payments on the XRP ledger, QR code payment system. And they're utilizing XRP and the XRP ledger because of the technology. It makes things faster, cheaper, and secure. Big money, bank-to-bank transfers, trillions, which is why we have Ripple and Stellar. Take a listen. This comes from Smoke.
Okay, so look, Western Union isn't going to go out of business anytime soon. They're going to adopt different technologies. Okay, but this is where the big money is. It's not in remittances. It's in these business-to-business payments across border. And that's why we have these kinds of companies like Ripple and Stellar. This is all about, right, business-to-business, back-end, big volume transactions, which are currently, very expensive.
Like I've been telling you, it's not just the small remittance payments. Those are leveling the playing field. Those rails have to be put in place for a new financial system. Everybody has to have access to the new financial system. And it's not just transactions either. It's the massive liquidity pools that are going to form where they're locking up that XRP for on-demand liquidity. And as they're locking up more and more XRP, it's going to drive the demand for XRP higher and higher along the way. And Neem, once again, Ripple partner Neem is building a global payments infrastructure. Through Neem's use of Ripple in the Philippines and Mexico corridors, we have been able to reduce pre-funding requirements and offer faster remittances at low cost. Like I said, faster, cheaper, and secure. But it makes me laugh when people say nobody wants to utilize XRP or the XRP ledger or RippleNet technology. They're telling you day after day they're already utilizing it. This also comes from Smoke. The argument continues about offline payments. 3 very insightful, non-cherry-picked comments from the one and only David Schwartz on how payments would fully work offline and how no online devices or central databases is necessary for the scheme to work with the XRP ledger. And David has pointed this out multiple times. We are headed into a time where offline payments are needed. The BIS talks about it. The IMF talks about it. And even the CEO of Crunchfish mentions Ripple and Stellar working alongside central banks. And they're now aware of Crunchfish, who offers offline payment solutions. Crunchfish is partnered with the BIS as well. Everybody could try to FUD as much as they want, but all the facts are already out there to prove that XRP is the future. You are holding the future. Breaking. On May 14, 2024, the U.S. House of Representatives will review the Deploying American Blockchains Act proposed by Rep. Larry Buchan and Rep. LBR. This bill aims to create a blockchain deployment program under the guidance of the Secretary of Commerce to formulate policies regarding the implementation, utilization, and competitiveness of DLT. They're taking the power away from Gary Gensler. They're tired of him holding back innovation in the United States. U.S. Senate overturns SEC rule barring firms from holding crypto. This is also very big because this means that financial firms can now hold crypto and Bitcoin. And wait until they start tokenizing deposits. That's going to be huge as well. And U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren urges the Senate to vote no on legislation that would allow highly regulated financial firms to custody Bitcoin and crypto. She didn't want them to approve it, but it passed through the Senate. Now it's off to Biden's desk. This comes from Eleanor Tourette. I believe Biden now has 10 days to either veto, sign, or do nothing. Doing nothing would mean it goes into law just without the signature. But he has said he intends to veto it. It will be interesting to see if real Donald Trump's voice support of crypto in the last week will change his mind in any way. Trump made those comments from Mar-a-Lago hours after Biden put out that veto notice. But Senator Warren has Biden's ear and she can't be feeling too pleased after today. You know, we are in a time now where politics and crypto are also colliding because we have a handful of anti-crypto politicians who we all know they work for the big banks. And we have pro-crypto politicians that want innovation to push ahead in the United States. You know, if the banks get involved with crypto, that could be game changing. All of a sudden, the banks, maybe they don't fall. Maybe they don't collapse out. The problem I see is that they also want the banks to collapse so they can be consolidated. And this way, they could only have to tie a handful of banks to CBDC. U.S. Congressman Thomas Macy introduces bill to abolish the Federal Reserve. He put out yesterday a poll, and he had 54,000 votes to abolish the Fed. Now he introduces a bill to abolish the Federal Reserve. I think most people would be on board with this right away. They don't want the Fed anymore. You know, the Fed is the same reason that inflation is where it's at right now. And this happens the same day this gets announced. Boom. How long it takes for the wave to reach our shores. China just dumped the largest amount of U.S. Treasuries and agency debt in history. They are going after the U.S. dollar. And people could deny it all day long. The U.S. dollar is in a hell of a lot of trouble going forward. And we continue to rack up more and more debt. They're not trying to fix the current financial system. They want it to fall so they can bring on a new financial system. 93% of truck drivers want instant payments. This could fix so many things. Real-time payments could be life-changing for so many people. Payments intelligences generation instant, how truckers use instant payments to support their lifestyles, revealed that one key contributor to the high turnover is that in many cases, drivers are expected to supply their own trucks and cover out-of-pocket costs like fuel and maintenance, leaving them stuck and idle waiting to get reimbursed. But instant payments could offer some relief. The report, which is based on surveys with more than 7,800 consumers, found that 2 in 5 truck drivers now use instant payments to collect their income and earnings, and 17% of those prefer it over other payment methods. Given the option, 93% of truckers would use instant payments to receive their earnings. Imagine a truck driver. He takes a load of, soda from the warehouse out to the consumer in the grocery store. And the second he delivers that load, he gets paid instantly. Think of how game-changing that can actually be. This is going to impact so many people's lives once we go to real-time payments. It's going to fix so many problems that a lot of people are facing right now. Imagine going to work today and at the end of the day, you get paid. That's where we're headed. And that's how game-changing this technology actually is. Visa unveils suite of new products for the digital age. The digital age is happening while we're sitting here right now. It's pushing ahead so quick. And so many people are going to get passed by from it. You know, all of a sudden, a lot of people, they're going to be on universal basic income tied to a CBDC. And all they have to do right now is get invested in crypto, because I think crypto really is going to be our way away from a CBDC. So the new products and services introduce Visa Flexible Credentials, which will allow a single card product to toggle between payment methods, enabling users to set parameters or choose whether they use debit, credit, pay in full with buy now, pay later, or pay using reward points. Visa Flexible Credentials is live in Asia and will be launched with a firm later this summer in the United States. Visa is also introducing a slew of new ways to use the card when tapped on a mobile device, such as tap to confirm, easily authenticates identity when shopping online, tap to add card, enhances security when adding card into a wallet or an app, tap to P2P, person to person, allows money to be sent between family and friends. I think this is great. And you know what's fixing Visa, MasterCard, American Express? It's DLT technology. It's RippleNet technology as well. Because once you fix the back end, all of a sudden the front end leaves you with a pile of new options. And that's what these credit card companies want. They want to stay competitive. JP Morgan's Jamie Dimon says the bottom 20% of America has been left behind. Take a listen to this.
Is the inequality in the headlines that creates in the United States that exists, is that sustainable for capitalism to survive?
Yeah, I don't think it's a good thing, but I don't think it's because Apple did well or Microsoft. But I wrote in a chairman's letter, and you can get it, that the bottom 20% of America have been left behind. Their incomes didn't go up for 20 years. They live in more crime-ridden neighborhoods. Their schools aren't helping these kids get jobs. They're dying younger. Their health isn't as good. And we should look at that and do something about it. So, yeah, I think that helps drive some of the polarization. And when you go around the world, that's true, not just in America, it's true around the world. And that was true with Democrats and Republicans. I think what we need to do is say, why? Why did all the policies you do didn't lift up those people? It isn't because Apple was successful. So I think people have to be a little careful about, cause and effect here. But we should acknowledge that. And I think it's good for people who want to lift up all their citizens. Just like if you're in a family, you want to, if you had a brother who wasn't as smart as you or as good looking as you or something like that, you would help him. You wouldn't say it's too bad. You're going to have a tough life. And so, I think, yes, we should be focusing on that. It is a problem. It has caused some of the polarization.
I actually agree with Jamie Dimon for once, because 20% of America has not just been left behind. That number is growing. That percentage is growing because the major cities are now crime-ridden. More people are ending up homeless every single day. And it's because the United States is failing these people. These people pay taxes into a system that is sending the money outside the United States instead of fixing the problems. And, I like also that he said it's not Democrat or Republican. It's politicians in general. It's both sides of the aisle. They're getting very rich from the big banks like JP Morgan, and they don't care about the American people at all. And again, it's the same reason that most people got into crypto. They seen what was coming and they wanted to take advantage of it. They know the fourth industrial revolution is here right now and they want to take advantage of it. They want to get rich off of it because this is your last shot. You could sit and bitch all day long about the price of XRP, or you could sit back and actually learn about what XRP is built to do. It shows you what you're holding. And what you're holding is going to change your life forever. You know, all of a sudden, you're not under a CBDC. You're not living off of universal basic income that expires. Instead, you're transacting in crypto that you bought when it was at rock bottom prices. Because I honestly believe there's going to be a parallel system. But Jamie Dimon is actually right here. You know, the US is leaving its people behind. And he talks about crime-ridden neighborhoods. Those crime-ridden neighborhoods are slowly getting into the rural areas now. It used to be a big city problem. Now it's becoming an everybody's problem. And it's not just here in the United States. It's also overseas, the UK, the EU, other countries. Because we have a government that it just doesn't care anymore. They want your money, but they don't care about you. And that's why it's time to end the Fed and end the IRS. Do you know how quick this economy would turn around if people were out buying things? But people can't buy things because their taxes are extreme at this point. Most of people's paycheck is going to taxes. And even when they spend their paycheck, they're paying more taxes. It's taxes upon taxes. Get rid of the IRS, get rid of the Fed, and this country will start to heal at a very fast pace too. Because all of a sudden, once people have the money back in their pocket, they could change things really quick. And that's my opinion on it. But you know, as we are crypto holders, we're just waiting for it to happen. And until it does happen, you gotta stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.